Okay, don't count on your willpower to save and invest. Do this instead. Okay, this one is kind of part of the series, the ABCs of personal finance. We started with the letter A, and this is a bonus video on the letter A, where I'm going to talk about something that I love, or a word that I love, that has to do with personal finance, that starts with the letter A, automation, okay? Now, as we talk about this subject of willpower, sometimes you have to summon some willpower, but willpower takes a lot of energy. It takes work. Like I even think about coming out here to do these walks. It requires some energy. It requires me taking that initiative to actually get up, put something on, actually come out here and actually do this walk. So it requires some input, some willpower to do that. I think about in college, I used to watch the runners, and there were some runners from Trinidad that were just incredible. I mean, they had these muscular legs and they could just run so fast. And one of the things that they did was the hurdles, okay? And you know how it is. They jump up over those hurdles and they got to get their foot up over it, and they do it so quickly. And it's very, very, very impressive how they're able to do that and get past those hurdles. But if you think about it, willpower, or summoning willpower, is kind of like those hurdles. You got to get up over a hurdle that is your will to get where you want to go with something. And so it's kind of like those hurdles, or jumping over those hurdles. And when you're summoning willpower for your finances, it's kind of like that. Like you have to jump over so many hurdles to get to where you want to go with your finances, okay? And so let's kind of move into that concept of automation. Because what automation does is it takes away some of those hurdles. I was doing some online research before I actually came on here to kind of find out about automation when it comes to bill payment, okay? Now, if you notice, a lot of companies really, really push automating or being on auto pay with your bills. Why do they do that? Why do they put so much energy in trying to get you to automate your bills? I think about it, most of the bills that I pay, two things that when I go to the website that seem to be right there for me. One is to go paperless, okay? And then two, they're encouraging you to actually automate your bills. In fact, many bills will give you some sort of incentive to automate, okay? Like your utility bills. Or I even think about my student loan bill. I took out a lot of student loans in college, more than I should have. But one of the incentives with the student loan was if you automated it, they gave you 0.25 off of your interest. And so I did that. But I noticed that even emails that I get from my bills are to be on auto pay. Now, why do companies do that? Well, the reason that they do that is that they know human psychology. We talked about those hurdles earlier. If they can take away the hurdles that you have to go through to pay that bill, they know that that bill is going to get paid. Think about it, okay? If you're going super old school paying your bills and you're paying them with checks and you're sending them through the mail, think about all of the hurdles that you have to go through. Let's say that you're paying your mortgage instead of through automation, you're paying it by check. Well, there's many hurdles that you've got to go through to actually pay that bill. You've got to get out your checkbook. You've got to write that check. Then, if you're going to mail it out, like I said, old school, in the mail, and have the mailman come in and get it even, real old school, putting up that flag on your mailbox, then you got to go out to your mailbox and get that into the mail. So there's all those little hurdles to jump through. So what the mortgage company knows is in your human nature, it's just going to happen like clockwork. Every single month, it's just going to happen automatically if they get you on auto pay, okay? And if companies that are, multi-million, billion-dollar companies are doing that because they've done the psychological research to know that they're going to be paid on a regular basis, and they do those things, then why don't you do those things in your favor for saving and investing, okay? Why don't you do that in your favor, okay? So let's look at saving and investing. Why not automate it? Have those good behaviors to be automated, okay? Think about it. Most banks now, it's easy for you to set up automation. And I often talk about doing things like having first an emergency fund, okay? I recommend $2,000. Why not automate that process? Your bank, or you can, through your bank, set it up to where something is set aside each and every, however you're paid, I'm paid weekly, let's say that you're paid monthly, that a percentage of your check goes from when it hits your checking to your savings automatically, so that you're building up that emergency fund automatically, okay? Same thing with getting your company match at work. I highly recommend that as a second step. Go ahead, talk to your secretary, your human resource, or whatever it is, and set that up automatically so that you're building wealth automatically. You don't have to jump through any hoops. It's just happening for you like clockwork, okay? Same thing with saving the 3 to 6 month emergency fund, okay? And then when you finally get to actually building wealth and doing things like upping your contribution past just the company match with your 401k, or investing in something like a Roth IRA, just automated to where it's coming out week per week, and you can set that right up with your bank. It's easy to do now to put together that automation, okay? And it's very, very important to do. Think about it, okay? A 20-year-old, I think about this a lot. The Money Guy that I watch on YouTube quite a bit has a chart, okay, where a 20-year-old just putting in $100 a month in something like a boring S&P 500 index fund, if they put just $100 a month into that fund, if the S&P 500 does what it's done since its inception, that 8 to 10%, then a 20-year-old just contributing $100 a month will retire a millionaire at age 65. That's incredible. All they have to do is set up that automation and have that $100 coming out every single month, setting it up like clockwork, and they're on easy street to cruise right in to being a millionaire at retirement. That is amazing. Working and using automation in their favor. And that is what I highly recommend. Because think about it. A lot of you, I know because I talk to some of you who watch these videos, and you have a car payment, okay? And a lot of you, when we're looking at that statistic, 80% of Americans at least have one of their bills on auto pay. At least one, okay? That's what the research that I did, that I found right before I did this video. I looked it back up again. 80% of Americans at least pay one of their bills on auto pay. And many of you are paying for a car payment on auto payment. So you're already automating what you do as far as paying your bills. But you're paying it to that auto loan company, whoever you loaned it from. So they're getting the benefit of that automation. I'm encouraging you in this video for you to get the benefit of automation, okay? And the cool thing about automation is it just takes a certain amount of time to where it just becomes something in the background that you're not even thinking about. It's just occurring and you adjust and you don't even miss it. You don't even miss that money that's going toward your future retirement, and the magic of compounding interest is working for you. What Einstein called compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world. It's an amazing thing. Your money compounds over time when you invest in something like a boring S&P 500 index fund or a total stock market fund. The magic of compounding interest works for you. That 8 to 10% return over time gets you from, if you're a 20-year-old, $100 a month being invested on a regular basis will turn over 88 times. For that 20-year-old, $1 grows into $88 for their, what the money guy calls wealth multiplier. If you're a 20-year-old, it's easy. I've said it in the past, all you got to do is skip a pizza a week and you're well on your path to building wealth and becoming a millionaire by age 65. So automate it. Make it easier for you to build wealth, okay? Because taking out your willpower is good. You know, it can get you some of the way there. And if you're trying to eliminate debt, I'll give this little caveat here. If you have credit card debt and things like that, yes, you need to roll up your sleeves. You probably need to look at some step-by-step process. I highly recommend Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover book. If you find yourself in credit card debt, I don't follow everything with Dave Ramsey, but I think that he's excellent as far as getting out of debt. But do something like the debt snowball, which is what Dave Ramsey recommends, where you take your smallest payment, let's say that it's credit card payments, you take the smallest balance rather and pay that off first. So the credit card with the smallest balance, go ahead and pay that one off, knock it out. And then use all of the money after you pay off that first one to attack the next highest balance. And then after you pay off that next highest balance, use all of the money that you have extra from paying off those first two to attack the third one, and so on until you're completely out of credit card debt, okay? But once you get past that, I would look at some other books, some other things like J.L. Collins, Simple Path to Wealth. Or what I'm reading right now is Millionaire Mission by the Money Guy. Take a look at some of those things to go on your saving or your investing path for your retirement, okay? But the main thing is to automate it. Make it easy for yourself, okay? Make it happen without you having to put in your energy. It's happening automatically. And we have the technology today to make that happen. So you don't have to be so strong as far as your willpower, okay? Maybe it takes a little bit of willpower to set it up in the beginning. But after that, it's gonna happen for you regularly, automatically, over and over again on a monthly basis. That's the position that you want to be in, okay? So automation is a fantastic word that starts with the letter A. Use it in your favor, okay? And make wealth building happen for you in the background on Easy Street automatically. Now, if you've gotten any value from this video at all, I ask you to go ahead and smash that like button, okay? Also, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you are notified when I upload another video, okay? Thanks again for being with me on the walk here, and take care.